Hello everyone and welcome back to a new LEGO Star Wars set review. This is Saesee Tiin'S Jedi Starfighter, and it comes with 3 minifigures including Even Piell, Saesee Tiin'n, and Saesee Tiin'S droid. I don't remember the name of this droid right now, and let's take a closer look at this set and what it has to offer. And by the way, I bought this set for $50 United States just today, probably the day of filming this, not the day it's coming out. This is coming out months later, if not weeks later, if not a year later, but we will see where that goes. We can also take a closer look of these minifigures. Even Piell is one of my favorite LEGO Jedi I've ever seen. The mold of his head design is absolutely perfect, in my opinion, and matches the Clone Wars style, but also realism style so well that it just looks absolutely beautiful. You can also take his mold off, and then you get the ugly clone eyes, in my opinion. But again, it works really well because it's mostly covered by his head mold. And again, here's a look at the back of the head mold, and if you notice, there's a smiley face on the back of his head. I don't know if that's accurate by any means, it probably is, but I think that's definitely an odd inclusion, but it is still very cool. Next, we can take a look at the astromech droid, and it's a very green droid, and it looks pretty cool. It's definitely an older style for doing droids, but again, I kind of like this thing. It's pretty cool, has no back printing, but it doesn't really need it because it's a droid. I mean, it's cool, but it's not necessary by any means, like R2. But again, it would still be nice, except that this set is 10 years old, and the minifigures are better than most ones that we get now. And of course, here's a look at the rest of the dome. It's pretty cool, pretty simple. And of course, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Saesee Tiin'n. I hated saying that. Those words coming out of my mouth were horrible. Anyways, if we take a look at this minifigure, I think it's pretty cool. The Clone Wars style, again, is something I absolutely dislike. However, I think it's excusable for this. It's a great minifigure. It looks cool. I did change out the lightsaber, just so you know. Had a huge bubble. Didn't want it. And this minifigure has no arm cracks at all. And his horn piece is honestly very cool. I should have had a double face, in my opinion, because it had the room to do so, but it's fine that it doesn't because it doesn't technically need it at all. And again, it's a very cool minifigure. Now we can take a look at the Starfighter itself, and this thing is honestly very cool. It does its job for its time, and I think it does better. Sorry about that. That was my dog Rocky. He was just, he has some ear problems. He gets it from his grandma. But again, this Starfighter is honestly very cool. There are 2 flickfire missiles on the top, and there's also 2 flickfire missiles on the bottom, which are definitely harder to access, but are still very cool. The set also has 3 landing gear, which I think is definitely a little bit odd, but again, is accurate for what these Starfighters should have. And again, you probably don't need all 3. You are fine with just the one, and it works just the same. This is just a more accurate way to have the set on display. It's something that I definitely really like. And it's, again, accurate. And with the Starfighter, of course, there is the one big play feature, which at the time, all Starfighters had. Now, the biggest one for here is, I think you can tell, is that there is an escape pod. You can rip this off of the main section of the set and have it just fly away. Now, a missed opportunity with this is I think they should have done this with Plo Koon's, because then it can imply that Plo Koon lived, but again, that's kind of dumb because this is still kind of cool. It's nothing unique, not something they would ever do again, but it's still very cool. And of course, you can place minifigures in this build. You can place the droid in it, like so, and then you can place your minifigure, Even Piell. I believe Even Piell. I don't know. I'm tired spacing the names, just the usual. You can place him in there as well, like so, and you can have this fly away. Now, Saesee Tiin'n, sorry. This is Saesee Tiin'n. Now, can you place Even Piell in this? I think it would be a missed opportunity if you couldn't, but we're going to test that right now. And yes, you can. He fits pretty well. And I think this cockpit was actually designed to be able to fit this minifigure because it's a bigger looking cockpit. I think it's a little bit lower than it normally is. And we can test that by putting a minifigure in and seeing that this guy sits low in here. Again, it definitely works because of the mold on his head and that there's 2 minifigures, but it's also wide enough to be able to fit the horns of both minifigures. Quickly, before I ended this video, I wanted to compare it to the custom Plo Koon Starfighter to see the true scale of this thing. And again, it's very large, both of them are, and they both look very cool. They have the no gaps problem, which is amazing to see because in 2018, with Anakin Starfighter, the gaps became a huge problem. And if you see them, both Obi-Wan and Anakin's have the huge gaps, and it's honestly a problem. And before we ended this video, I wanted to show you my complete collection of Starfighters currently. All I'm missing is Mace Windu's and I guess the Plo Koons, which I had at some point, but Ahsoka's as well, and that would be all of them, I think. But that is everything for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and please subscribe to the channel so we can get growth on it to grow us even more, and so we can continue to make videos like this that have cool Starfighters and cool builds that I haven't seen before or haven't been made in a long time. But thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you all again soon, and goodbye.